Welcome back to TubeTalk.
Welcome back, Doug. How are ya?
Yeah, good, how are you?
Good. You want to see my horse?
Yeah, sure. It's a pretty good horse.
Oh, yeah. It's quite cool, eh?
Yeah, it is. Who's the jockey?
The jockey is the great Darren Beedman,
Oh, yeah.
who had multiple wins on the great Silky Red Boxer. And we'll call that horse Silky. Look, here he comes.
Yeah.
Coming for. Oh, no. Yeah, come on.
Wins by numbers.
We'll put him over there. Can you still see him? Was he gone?
Nah, he's gone.
Okay.
Last week, Alabama won on Wednesday.
Yeah, very, very, very good staying horse. Won 4 of his last 5. Going through the grades, hasn't even got up to his best distance yet. He's won a 1500, 1800, and he's going to be a 2400 metre plus horse. He's really, really exciting. Really exciting.
Atushi ran second last Saturday.
Massive in the Emancipation Stakes. Got back last in a big field. Roared home, overtook every runner except the winner. If she draws a barrier, she wins the race. And very exciting, next week she'll head to the Emancipation, the Group 1 Queen of the Turf with $1 million at Randwick.
And Lord Ardmore was a real black booker.
Wasn't he? Yeah, you sort of go, oh, he's run 11th. But you watch it, he's run the fastest last 600 of the entire meeting. And that's a lot of very good horses running a lot of big group races and Group 1 races. He ran 32.93. I think he's the only horse to break 33 for the 600. Actually, I think Tish was second fastest in the meeting. She ran 33. So 32.93. He's low flying. Put him in your black book when he gets a good, decent drawer. Back him.
Moving on to this week, we have horses running in 3 different countries.
And how many hemispheres?
2. So there's only 2 hemispheres anyway.
Yeah.
Northern and
Northern
South.
South. Well, Western and Eastern Hemisphere.
Yeah. This week on Friday at Muswell Brook, race 7, Hasbro.
Fresh up. 2 really nice trials. Last trial was excellent. 1500 fresh up is a little bit of a question mark. It's the Muswell Brook Cup. It's a $150,000 race and it's a big dance qualifier, which is a $2 million race on Melbourne Cup Day. So from the draw, he's got the outside barrier draw 14 and 14. He'll go back, he may be last, but it's a big long straight. We'll present him and I expect him to run on really well. He's got quite a low weight. It's a pretty good field, but he's got a low weight and he looks like he's got his mojo back. So I expect him to run well, but he will need a lot of luck to win from that draw.
Yeah. On Saturday at Avondale, race 6, Margaret Jean.
Stayer, second up, over the mile, too short for her. She'll run a nice race, but it's really her next start when she gets to 2,000 metres that you're going to see her put her hoof in the till.
Race 8, GC.
Stepping up to 2,100 metres for the first time ever. A really nice second last start. He's been in great form this preparation. He looks like the step up in distance will suit him. First time over the distance, bit of an awkward draw. As long as he gets in, can get sort of a relatively easy sort of run in the race. So I expect him to run out the distance. It's going to be a really interesting race to watch. He's a good horse.
At Awapuni, we have Freedom Reigns, not drawn yet.
Yeah, no, race 2.
Oh, race 2, so
I think race 2.
Oh, yeah.
She's Philly got a lot of time for, and she ran really, really well at Trentham 3 starts back. Things haven't gone to plan since then. Her next start, she was terrible ride, ridden wide off the track, forward, awful in a listed race. And then last start, she just over raced the whole way. So we've stopped in a freshened her. She drops back to 1400. She's got a nice barrier draw. Should just want to see her get a nice run in transit, want to see her relax, and if she does, she'll finish off well. She will continue to improve as she's matured, but she's a nice filly. She's a really nice filly.
And then race 4, Apache Ann.
Her last start at Trentham Tree in 4th, and were disappointed because she had a lovely run, but it was a very, very holding track. It was the kind of track where it had rained and rained, then stopped, and it was hard to sprint on it. Some horses handled it, most didn't, and she was one that just couldn't sprint. So she's got a nice draw, gets back to Awapuni, touch wood, she should get a much better track, She may have just needed the run as well. She may have just needed a touch. So I'd expect her to be pretty hard to beat on Saturday.
On Saturday at Doomben, race 2 of Mubades.
Backing up third week in a row, and he's run well. He ran third last week. That's why we didn't mention him up front, because he's running again this week. And he got home really well over 1800. He steps to 2200 metres, which I think suits. It's a smallish field. It's just the back up 3 weeks in a row. We're backing him up because if we don't run this week, there's not another race for another 3 weeks, so he'll run. He seems to have come through well. He's certainly fit, and the distance will suit. I think he's a really nice each-way chance.
At Bendigo, race 8 with Quality Time.
Excellent third first up. I think if we'd settled a bit closer in the field, we may have gone close to winning the race. He's improved for that. He's got a nice barrier draw, not much weight on his back. He's a 2,000 metre plus horse, and we're only going a mile. So he will improve again with this run when he gets over further, but he's a very good horse, and I expect him to be right in the finish.
On Saturday at Bellewstown, race 1 is Etna Rosso.
Yeah.
Etna Rosso? I know that's
So where's Bellewstown?
that is an island.
And Etna Rosso is an Italian red wine. This is a horse that we bought out of the Irish trials last year with Joseph O'Brien. The plan being that he will have this season, his 3-year-old season in the Northern Hemisphere, and he's been entered in some big races in France, and he will then come down to Australia next year. Really nice horse. Joseph likes him a lot. He said he's a natural stayer. This is only a mile, and Joseph said it's going to be too short for him. The barrier draws aren't out yet, so you're just going to have a look on Racing Post or TAB website to see what they are. And what we're expecting is just to settle, get back and run home. We're expecting him to run well, but we're not expecting him to win over a mile. But once he gets up to 2,000 metres and further, watch out, because he's a pretty good horse. Pretty excited about him, as is Joseph, and the owners should be too.
On Sunday at Livingston, race 4 with Up and Under.
Very, very exciting horse. The second of, we bought 2 horses with Joseph O'Brien last year. Same plan for them to have their end of their 3-year-old season in Ireland and then down to Australia. He had one start as a 2-year-old, settled last, brought home for third. He's improved significantly since. It was an excellent run, but he's just a really, really sharp and smart horse. He had a trial at the other day at the Curragh, where he came from last and won. He's a maiden with one start going into a Group 3 over 2,000 metres first up, something to be unheard of in New Zealand. So 2,000 metres will hold no fears, but it may, first up, it'll just be a little bit far for him possibly. So we just got to get a soft first half of the race, and if he does, he'll finish home really well. Joseph thinks he's very good, thinks he's a very smart horse. Just don't want the track too wet for either of these horses. It's probably only 50-50 to run, so check the Racing Post, check the scratchings, depending on how much rain we may wait. But check them out, because 2 really exciting horses, and really looking forward if they do run.
Bit of the week at Ramwick, race 7 is Nature Strip.
Yeah, I'm going Nature Strip, team. I think he's been forgotten. Everyone's gone, oh, he's finished. But he finished off last season pretty good, or last campaign. This campaign, yes, he was disappointing fresh up, ran 6th, but that was just his first up run. He's a little bit older, he might take a little bit more time. He gets back to Randwick, where he runs so well, and he's $6. Normally he's $1.80. I mean, he's $6 and maybe more. He's won $22 million. You just can't drop a horse like that so quickly. I think it's weight for age. I just think he's just such amazing value. And if Chris Waller thought he was finished, he wouldn't be lining him up. He'd retire him. There's no reason to. So I think there's every reason to say he's outstanding value. So I'm going to have a bit of money on Nature Strip on Saturday at amazing odds.
That's a bit of the week, and that's TubeTalk.
Thank you very much, and we'll be back next week with our Easter edition.
Bye.
Over 2 furlongs after race, and Can't Catch Camacho on the far side. Bay of Plenty towards the centre in the yellow jacket. These two a length or so in front of St. Faz, with Etna Rosso. Fort Vega picking up on the outside, followed through by Lark in the Morning. Ninth Life has made ground towards the far side, heading down inside the final furlong. Open contest, but Bay of Plenty strikes the front. Can't Catch Camacho. The far side is Ninth Life. On the near side, Fort Vega, Etna Rosso, and right on the stand side is Lark in the Morning. And as Lark in the Morning is quick enough nicely to go into the front